So as we speak, the Los Angeles District Attorney is giving an update on the Menendez brothers murder case, saying in just the last couple of minutes that his team has a moral and an ethical obligation to review new evidence given to them. This big question now, of course, with all the attention on this case, given that new Netflix series about the brothers, could this mean a break in the case? The whole thing's getting international attention, with the show's co-creator even saying the brothers should send him flowers because of all the growing interest here. Remember, the Menendez brothers are behind bars for killing their parents in the 90s. They say they were being sexually abused by their father and acted out of self-defense. The timing here is significant because there's a hearing scheduled for next month as the brothers challenge their life sentences. Dana Griffin is following this from L.A. There was this question like, what's this district attorney going to come out and say? Tell us more about this, right? Does this mean like a reopening of the case? What's going on?
Essentially, Hallie, so District Attorney George Gascon just came out to say that they have, in fact, gotten that new evidence, which includes allegations from a former member of Menudo, the Puerto Rican boy band, who claims that Jose Menendez, the father of Eric and Lyle, drugged and raped him back in the 80s. There's also new evidence of a letter that Eric wrote his cousin months before the killings to express that he was being sexually abused. So this all boils down to, was self-defense the proper defense for these two boys at the time, 19 and 21, and could this information have changed the outcome of the jury's decision? And so that's why you have the DA say that they are looking at this, they are going to do their due diligence, and there's a few things that could happen here. They could be resentenced, which means that they could walk out of prison, they could spend more time in prison, but ultimately be released, or they could get a new trial. So that hearing that's scheduled in late November, that's probably going to give us more information about what the timeline could be for potential resentencing. But the DA has said specifically that he has not made a decision on whether or not this evidence is factual. He says that his team is looking at it, and he will ultimately, Hallie, make the decision in this case on whether or not to grant them a potential another look at this case and potentially vacate that 1996 sentence.
Which is so, I mean, like the amount of interest on this case, this captured global attention when it happened, and it is recapturing so much of that attention now. You've got the Netflix thing we mentioned, that Peacock docuseries, which has been a part of this as well. How much does that play into some of the dynamics here?
It's huge. I mean, this is one of the most sensational Hollywood murder stories of our generation. Two boys who murdered their parents in cold blood, according to prosecutors. Now, these boys have not denied that they killed their parents, but the question has been the why. And even during their first trial, their defense attorney said that you've got to look at why two kids would kill their parents while they sat on the couch with a shotgun multiple times. So this has reopened just the intrigue on the Menendez brothers as to why this happened. You know, some people said that the killings had to do with greed, but these kids testified at one point that they were sexually and mentally abused by their parents, specifically their father, Jose Menendez. And they said that their mother was complicit and that she didn't stop it. And so this new evidence, the new information that has come out during the Netflix series. There's also going to be a new Netflix documentary dropping on October 7th. Then you've got the Peacock documentary. It is just exposing a whole nother narrative around what happened, and are these brothers victims?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.